Alright, welcome to the first episode of the Harley Roadster stunt build. In today's video, the goal is to get the exhaust done, rear suspension, and then do a chain drive swap. This build was kind of expectedly unexpected. I kind of knew I was going to get a Harley at some point. Did I think I was going to start the build this soon? Not really, but the winter with all the sales and the downtime is the perfect time to start. So this is going to be a full stunt build, pretty much with everything except for a handbrake. But like I said, today, exhaust, suspension, chain drive. So I'm going to take stuff off and then kind of show you guys the removal and installation process for a lot of this stuff, and then try and highlight some key tips. For the exhaust, I know you got the flange nuts up on the headers there, and then I think there's this acorn nut here, and then underneath, if I can get under here, there's a couple bolts here, I think, that are holding the pipes onto a bracket that's connected to the bike, so some of those might have to go. And then obviously your O2 sensors on the exhaust, you gotta unplug those, and then you can unscrew them from the pipes once they're off. This is kind of the itinerary for the build right there. I didn't go through the parts that we had, but we've got Legends Revo A 14-inch heavy-duty rear shocks, a 60-tooth rear sprocket from the Six Shop, 24-tooth front sprocket, the rear wheel spacer. This is a different lock nut for the front sprocket, and then a black EK 530 chain. The Six Shop offers a 120 link chain, but they always send you a 150, which is kind of nice because then you just cut it down to what you need. 530 EK chains, I guess, don't offer the clip master link, so make sure you have a rivet tool for that. And then here I'll show the Legends install guide, so you can kind of zoom in and see what you got to do for that. Too, while we're at it, is the flange nuts up here. You got that one up there, that's easy to get to. This one right there, as you can see, right past the frame there. They say to use like a swivel attachment on a socket, but you can kind of get in there with a spanner wrench like that. So I'm gonna make my life difficult and just try and get at it with a bunch of small turns and try and get it out, but that's just one thing to be aware of. The frame is kind of in the way. One other thing, this rear O2 sensor, you can see, it's underneath the seat, kind of where the battery is. I kind of tucked it underneath the shell of this subframe. I just have to probably pull the battery out and yank it out from there so I can get to it and unplug it, but that's where the second one is. One other thing, there's an old gasket that's sitting in here. Grab yourself a hook pick and make sure you get all that out before you install the new one. Do that on the rear and the front there. point out here with this nut, it's a left-hand thread, so to loosen you gotta go to the right. You're gonna need a 1 7/8 socket, 1/2-inch drive impact. There we go. I'm using the impact to remove this because I'm lazy. I know this isn't the right socket, so don't hate me for it, but I don't have an impact socket like this, so I'm not trying to go to the store right now. I'm just gonna remove it as is.
Hottest stash in the carpet. Yeah, we trapping out apartments. I ain't done where you start shit. To be honest,